I'm the kind of guy that likes stories of true romance, love. Some people think that's strange. I happen to think that's a very masculine quality. But in all seriousness, this is a story that's really stuck with me. It's a story of this football player named Colin Klein. Some of you may have heard of him. He was the quarterback at K-State a few years ago. When he was in college, he was the Heisman Trophy, or he was a Heisman Trophy finalist. But when this dude was 14 years old, he decided that he wanted his first kiss to be on his wedding day. And dude's growing up and he's a star athlete. I can imagine his life could have gone a lot of different directions. I can imagine there was a lot of temptation put in front of him. While he's focused on football, he's so much more focused on God. He gets into college, gets to his junior year, and him and his now wife both describe having this real peace about going into this relationship with each other. So it ends up being, I think it was towards the end of January, his junior year of college, they go on their first date. I think it was less than a month later they were engaged. So Colin Klein gets to his wedding day, and he has his first kiss. And what was this kiss? Was this just something that felt good? No, it was so much more. It was this outward expression of this love and care that he had for this girl. And think of all this preparation that went into really becoming the man that God is calling him to be. I think there's a lot of things we can take from hearing this story. But one thing I really want to invite you to is to see, how could God be calling and inspiring you right now? Some of you may be kind of like myself, and maybe there's parts of your past I'm super proud of. But what I do not want for any of us is to allow our past to get in the way for the future that God wants for us. Because I know the enemy is going to be telling us things like you've already done too much, you've already gone too far, you've already been doing this for however long. Why do things different now? You're used up, you're not good enough, you're never going to be. And maybe some of those lies connect with you, maybe some of them don't. But I can promise that the enemy does want to keep us from living really trusting the future that God wants for us. And what God's telling you is he's like, wait. No, I know what's happened in your life. I know what you've done. I know what's been done to you. But I promise I'm so much bigger, so much greater than any of that. And this isn't just me thinking that, just saying that. Even my journal here says it. It's Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope in the future. And really allow that to be spoken to your heart. Allow yourself to hope and dream for something more. To trust that God actually has something for you. He wants more for you than you could possibly want for yourself. And to really see what is it that God could be calling you to, maybe inspiring you to when you hear this story. Spend just a few minutes in silence and say a prayer, inviting God into your heart. And say, Jesus, what are you calling me to? Is there something that you're wanting me to do, some kind of preparation you want for my life? And I'm not saying that everyone who's watching this is called to have their next kiss on their wedding day. But what I would say each of us are called to is to really live with this radical trust in God. Knowing that it's when he puts these desires on our heart, and there's this real peace, this real joy, this real fulfillment living from him, we're not going to be disappointed. Because what he wants for us is something so much more than we can even want for ourselves. I wasn't sure if I was going to add this part into the video, but I think it's cool, so I'll say it here kind of quick. But I think God really used this story to inspire me. And so it was 3.5 years ago, I decided that my next kiss will be my wedding day. And I'd say that decision was made in a real place of consolation and peace, excitement, energy. Also, if at some point anyone, I lose this journal and anyone finds it, please do not read this and return it to me immediately. There is some personal information in this that I would not want to get out.